Hi my Stampin' friends, I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com and today we're going to be making this handy little clipboard for a notebook and pen, and this is made with, we call it chipboard, but I suppose you could say it's like hard cardboard really, and you'll find these on the backs of some of the Stampin' Up! DSP. Now this DSP is called Floral Romance, and to protect the vellum sheets and the paper, can you see how they've put this thick piece of what we call chipboard or cardboard, and it's really about 1 to 2 mil thick, and that's perfect for making things like notepad holders and all sorts of little things, boxes, little boxes that you can make for yourself. Let me show you what I've made here. I recently made one of these. Many of the YouTube, there's lots of YouTube ladies that have made these sturdy little boxes with this chipboard. It's really tough, sturdy, and I've got mine here, and it holds all my embossing folders, and I've got some that hold my papers. So this one here I've got, let me move that one out of the way, this one here that holds my DSP, my 6x6 DSP, and it's brilliant because I've got it all sectioned off, and I've put what colours are in each paper, and I've made these little tabs. So what I've done is I've made them out of Whisper White cardstock, and I've put them through my what's it called, that machine that plasticizes things. Anyway, put it through that. I'm sure you know what I mean. And then I've put just little tabs on with stickies so that I can peel them off and reuse them in the future. So that's what I've been making with those. And I had these leftover pieces and thought, what can I make that's useful with those? And I've seen these in the shops for sale, these little clipboards, and I thought, well, they're a good idea. I'll make one of those. So that's what I've done today. So the things that you will need to obviously construct this is a piece of the chipboard, and the chipboard measures 7 by 5 inches, which is 18 by 13 centimetres. You will of course need a little notebook, and this little notebook measures 6 3/4 by 3 1/2. We've got 2 pieces of DSP. This piece measures 8 1/2 by 6 1/2, which is 22.5 by 16.5 centimetres. Then we've got a piece that covers the back and makes it all tidy and neat, and that piece measures 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, which is 17 by 12 centimetres. I've got a piece of spare here to make my little daisy flowers, and a piece of in colour 6x6 DSP, and this is lovely lipstick. So let's get all our pieces together. I've also got the Daisy Delight stamp set somewhere here, and that's what I'm using to stamp, and the matching daisy punch to punch out my flowers. You will also need one of these little clips, and I purchased these from Amazon. There are 10 in the pack. I think they were something like £10 for 10, so they work out at about £1 each, and they're brilliant. They'll hold your notebook in place. And you'll need a piece of elastic. This is 1/4 inch elastic that dressmakers would use. And then you'll need some red line tape and some ordinary double back tape. So, oh yes, and I've also got my crocodile and the eyelets that go through the crocodile. You don't have to have these so long as you've got a 1/4 inch punch or something like that. That'll punch a little hole, because that's how I've put the pen in here, by punching a hole and securing the elastic at the back so that it's all neat and tidy and your pen slides in and out. So let's crack on and make one. So let's get our piece of chipboard first, and what you need to do is you need to cover your chipboard with this double-sided tape. Where's my block gone? Lost my block. There it is. And these are really easy to make, and I'm sure that lots of you have this chipboard on the back, and you can make fridge magnets, all sorts of things with this. Even the smallest of pieces you can use to make something with. You can make little folders, you can make albums, book albums. Now that piece there, when I've got the tape off, I'm going to put some red line tape to fill that gap up and just rub that over to make sure that that's secured down onto the chipboard. And then we're going to start peeling it off. Right, now I'm going to put some red line tape on that gap. I must say I had great fun making the little storage containers. And if you'd like me to do a video for the storage containers, I can. Or you can follow a lovely lady called Sam Clayton at Mixed Up Craft, and that's where I got my inspiration from, watching one of her videos, and she made one, and I thought, well, that's just brilliant, because I'd never know how to store my 6x6 DSP, and my embossing folders were in a drawer. And I think that when you keep things in drawers, you forget about that you've got them, and you forget to use them. Whereas now that they're out and I can see them, it reminds me to use them. Right, so that's all off, and then we'll just take this one off of here, throw that in the bin. Right then, and then you get your biggest piece of DSP that you've cut and place that down, and with your chipboard sticky side down, you need to place this so that you've got an even border all the way round the outside edges. So I think somewhere about there is good, and once it's down it will not come up, so do make sure you get it in the right place first time. And that feels hot in here, so I'm going to roll my sleeves up. And then what you do, we're going to cut across at an angle, leaving about 1/8 of an inch just there, so that you don't cut right into the corner there, you leave 1/8 of an inch just there. Do you know what, I've got the lights on, but it still seems very dark here, so I hope you can see what I'm doing. Right then, so they're the pieces that we've cut off. And now what you need is some red line tape, and we're going to put the red line tape fairly close to the inner part of the chipboard, and we're going to put that all the way round. Right, so we put that all the way round, and then we're going to get our bone folder and just make sure that that's down, all the way down. And now what we're going to do, we're going to fold the sides first, so you need to what you need to do is you need to pull it into that edge like that, because you're trying to give it some shape to try and make it, give it some what they call muscle memory, so that it curves its way round. And we're going to do that on both of the long edges. So we're going to start with our long edges, making sure that that really gets in there. And now we're going to take our tape off. We're going to get our wet glue as well. Take our tape off and run some wet glue on the other edge that has no tape on, because we want to make sure that this is good and stuck down. And then rub to the edge like that, and then pull it down from the middle outwards, like that, and that gives you a beautiful edge like that. Same here, we're going to take the tape off, put the glue on the part that has no double-sided tape, fold it upwards, push to the middle and roll from the middle outwards, from the middle outwards. Beautiful. Now we're going to do the same on the ends. So this time, where you've got those little edges that are extra, you want to press them down into the corners like that. So you get your bone folder and press that down, and you get a little overlap, which is going to give us a very neat edge, a very neat finish. So you're going to do that on both edges. Peel off your tape, wet glue on the part where you don't have the tape. Same thing, press upwards. Middle and out. Middle and out. And that way you get good corners. Can you see the neat finish on that? Beautiful neat finish. Right, this side, so we're going to do the same here. Press in to those corners. Press into the corners. And then let's just give it a bit of muscle memory. Red line tape off. Put some glue on. And then fold up, fold up to the middle, and out. And that way you'll get a very nice, neat finish. Up and out. And then that pulls that wet glue, and you can see that your back looks very neatly finished off. So then this is the right way up for my pattern, so make sure that you're the right way up. And my notebook goes on here, so I need a little hole punching. So I've got my crocodile, and I'm going to use the, I think I used the 1/4 inch side. And you need to mark. Now my pen is this one, because I thought it went very, very nicely. So this is my pen. I want it to sit like that, and I want the elastic to come about here. So with my pencil, I'm going to make a mark that is where I want my elastic to go just there. Let me just have a look how far I went in. So I think I went in by about 1/4 of an inch. Let's just get a ruler on that. About 1/4 of an inch, just a fraction in, which in centimetres is 8. So that's how far we're going to go in. So with the crocodile and the 1/4 of an inch side into here. So on here, the crocodile, just go in 3/8 of an inch, I think, just past 3/4 of an inch. That's it, and then that stops the crocodile from moving in any further. So in with the crocodile, and I think I'm going to have that in a bit more. So yeah, 3/8. I'm going to go to 3/8 with my hole. Right, so in we go and punch, and that punches that out beautifully. Love these crocodiles. And then we're going to match that with one of these eyelets, and I've decided, let's see which colour goes best. That's a sort of a, I think I prefer that colour, or silver. Certainly not gold. Perhaps silver would be better. Silver. Let's go for silver. These eyelets are 4mm eyelets, and you get 500 in here, and they work together with the crocodile. So we've punched our hole, and now we're going to pop this in, and we're going to punch it down. So this is the part here, just here, where you punch it down, and then that gives you a nice neat finish. So position it in and punch and squeeze down tight, and there is your eyelet in there, perfectly nice and neat and tidy. Right then, so now we need our piece of elastic. So what have I done with it? Here it is. So we're going to push our piece of elastic in the hole, and then we're going to cut a length, because you don't need much, because obviously it's stretchy. So you're only going to need about 3 inches, and that's probably too much by the time you've tucked it back in on itself. Pull that through. That's it. And then you get your pen and pop that through there. Get your elastic and pull it up reasonably tight like that. And then you need to work out how long you want your elastic to be. So I'm going to just trim a little. So I would say that you need about 5/8 of an inch on each one. And to hold that down, I'm going to use some red line tape. And I'm going to splay it out in 2 different positions, because obviously we don't want it to be too bulky at the back. We don't want to have a big lump. So splay it out in the shape of a V, like that. And then take the tape off. Oh, so what does she do but takes it off, including the sticky bit? Well, that's no good. Start again. In the shape of a V. Pull it off, and then the back one I'm putting that way, and this one I'm putting this way. So that's going down there. This one, stretch it a bit to there. So can you see how that's done now? And you've got that and it's not going to come out, and that's nice and secure. So we're going to take the pen out while we finish it off, lay that down, and we need a smaller piece that we cut, and that's going to go across the back there like that, and it's going to finish it off nicely. So to finish that off, I'm going to put some of this tape across so that it's good and secure on the back there. Whoops. And across the top. And then I'm just going to run a couple of strips down the middle there. You could use wet glue, but I don't want to make the chipboard too wet because we don't want it falling to pieces. So secure that down, and then we're going to pull that off. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. It seems to be so dark. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my lights. It just seems so dark to me. Right then. So, this goes over the top. Make sure that it's the right way up, because otherwise it will look odd. Centre that over the top there. And then just brush that down. And there we have a finished little clipboard, and it's so sturdy, and that'll last. You can keep just renewing the notebooks. So we put our clip on like that. Clip goes on there. Beautiful. Get your pen when I know what I've done with it. So pen goes into there. Beautiful. And now all we need to do is finish it up with the daisy decoration, and we've got a lovely chipboard thing that we can make our notes for our orders and all the lovely things that we like to buy. So I need a piece of card, which I have here, and this is, I think this is powder pink, one of the retiring colours that retires at the end of May, but for the moment it's not retired, so that's that. So if you've got this colour and you like it, don't forget to reorder your inkers, your cardstock, ribbons, whatever you love. Right, my leaves are falling off. Can't have that, can we? Right then, so this is the Daisy Delight stamp set, and we've got that on the block. I've got some lovely lipstick ink, so down into the ink, and I'm going to stamp out 2. Lovely. Gorgeous. So 2. There. Love it. And then for the centre part, I've got this lovely lipstick in colour DSP 6x6, and I'm going to get my 1/2 inch hole punch, And I'm just going to punch out one of these for the centre. So let's get our daisy punch and punch out our flowers. So line that up. Whoops, I've moved it. This one. I love this punch. That's it. That's those done. Lovely. Love those. So then very carefully curl up our petals. And then I'm layering them on a dimensional, the 2 layers. And we're offsetting them so that we've got a nice full looking daisy. Like that. And then we're going to get some wet glue on our little centre part. Stick that in the middle. Oh, that is so darn cute. Love it. Love it. And then swirl it up, curl it up. And what I've done to secure this onto this back part here is you needed something sticky. So I bought these glue dots many moons ago. They are 8mm adhesive dots, got them off of Amazon. You get 300 of them, and they come on a little piece of paper like that. Where are we? A little piece of paper like that. And they are large, so what I've done is I've put one on there and I've put it towards the outside part of that inner, because I want to fit 2 on, and I want to fit them on opposite sides of each other. Oh, I'm getting stuck up on the things now. They're so sticky. But they're perfect for this because they're sticky. So can you see how large they are and sticky they are? And that is perfect to put onto our clip. And so you're going to secure that onto the middle part of the clip. And if you position it so that the centre of your daisy is in the middle of that clip there, what happens when you press that flower, you're not destroying the flower to get that off, that clip off, to replace your notebook. So don't you think that's rather nifty? I do. I think it's fabulous. Fantastic. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Anyway, I think that they are fabulous little notebooks. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. Please don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button and tapping the bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And if you'd like to give me a thumbs up as well, I'd love that, or even share my video with your friends and colleagues at work, anyone like that. And should you need any of these Stampin' Up supplies, click on the little down arrow description bar in the corner here, and that will take you over to my online Stampin' Up shop where you can purchase your very own Stampin' Up goodies. That's all from me for today. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now. Bye.